Hello and welcome back to another weekly recap. This week we are looking at rearranging and changing the subject, simultaneous equations, and quadratic graphs. Okay, so it's a bit of algebra heavy, and this is probably the most difficult algebra that a lot of us struggle with. But if we follow the instructions that we're going to go through, maybe work through some of the examples, and obviously do a lot more practice, you will hopefully grab this concept and be able to reproduce it in the exam. Okay, what do we want at the end of the year? We want to pass this exam, we want to fly through, and how are we going to get there? Working hard. We've got to really start working hard. I know some of you are working hard all year. We've got to keep going, keep going, keep going. If you could put a like on this video, that would be good as well. You know, if we can get to 5 likes, I'd be buzzing. Okay, subscribe if you're not already. Get your friends to subscribe. Get your dad to subscribe. Get your grandma to subscribe, you know. They might like it. My mum likes it. She stopped doing the videos now though, but she did used to. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, rearranging and changing the subject. Make X a subject. So my method for this is the same method that I use for solving an equation, which is the X arrow. And if you want to have a look at the video, I will put a link in the description about the best way to solve an equation. And it's this method, the X arrow method. So I want to get X the subject. Whatever I'm making the subject, I start with that letter. So X, and then the first thing I'm doing to X here is I'm multiplying by 6. Then I'm adding 8, and that gives me Y. Okay, and now I'm going to write it in reverse. We've got Y, and then the opposite, subtract 8, and then the opposite of that, the inverse or the opposite or the reverse, whatever you want to call it, is divide by 6. Okay, so that's going to give me X. So my final answer is going to be X equals, start from this end and read backwards, Y minus 8 divided by 6. And that's rearranged. X on its own, X is a subject. Okay, let's do this one here. So now we've started with X again. And the first thing we're doing is dividing by 8. And then we are subtracting 9, and that gives me Y. Okay, reverse it. We've got Y. The opposite of subtract is to add. The opposite of divide is to multiply. That's going to give me X. So X is equal to Y plus 9 times 8. Okay, to tidy that up, we're going to multiply both of these by 8, which is going to give me X equals 8Y plus 72. Okay, moving down to here. So you always leave enough space for your working out. That is not good. Okay, so on to the next one. We're going to go for X on its own again. So first thing happens to X is we multiply by 5, and then we are adding 5Y, positive 5Y, and that gives us 9. So the only difference here is we've got a number at the end rather than a letter. So we start at the other end, 9. We take 5Y, then we divide by 5, and that gives us X. So our final answer is X equals 9 minus 5Y divided by 5. Okay, this one up here. So we're increasing the difficulty each time a little bit. We've got X. The first thing we're doing is we're multiplying by 2. That's where the 2X is. So multiply by 2. Then we're adding 7. Then we divide by 8. I haven't learned my lesson from last time. And then it gives us Y. Move this over here a little bit. So Y, the opposite, is multiplied by 8. Then we're going to take 7, then divide by 2, and that's going to give me X. So my final answer is X equals Y times 8. So Y times 8, we usually write as 8Y. So it's going to be 8Y. Take 7 divided by 2. Okay, and the final one to work on, I'll look at all this space. Should have put that earlier on. we've got x. Okay, it's 3x multiplied by 3 minus 5y divided by 7 gives me 3. Okay, let's reverse it. We've got 3 times by 7, add 5y divided by 3. That gives me x. Okay, so my final answer here is going to be x equals 3 times 7, like we did before. We're just going to times that automatically. So that's 21. Take away 5y, and then divide by 3. Okay, so that's rearranging. Okay, simultaneous equations, probably the most challenging of all the algebra skills that we're learning on Foundation. There's a few tricks we can employ, though, to help it make it a little bit more easy. So first of all, when you've got a simultaneous equation, you have to look at the two equations and say, right, what is the same in the top line and the bottom line? So the first thing you notice is that there's 2y in the top and the bottom line. Okay. Once you've spotted what's the same, you look for the sign. So is it the same? Then look for the sign. Okay. So the signs in front are both minuses, or subtraction, take away. So if the signs are the same, you subtract. So I'm going to subtract this line, call this line 1, from line 2. 5 take away, sorry, 7 take away 5 is going to be 2x. Minus 2 minus minus 2 is 0. Remember, we work on these negatives if you're struggling. And then 39 take away 25 leaves me with 14. So 2x is 14. And then to get x on its own, well, we can do the diagram if we like. So we've got x, and then times 2 gives us 14. So reverse it, 14 divided by 2 gives us x. So x is 7. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay, so we've got the x now. Now we're going to try and find the y. So now we know that 5x, if x is 7, 5x is going to give us 35. So 35 minus 2y is equal to 25. Okay? So again, we can do our flow diagram again. We've got y times 2 plus 35. Oops. That's a positive 35 there. Is 25. Put it in reverse. 25. Take away 35. That's been minus there. Times by minus 2. Minus 35. So 25 take away 35 is minus 10. Minus 10 times by minus 2. Oops, that's a divide. Minus 10 divided by minus 2. Okay, two negatives divided is going to give us a positive, which is 5. So x is 7 and y equals 5. Okay. So again, we look what's the same. So here we've got the 9 x's. So the x's are the same. And the sign in front, well, it hasn't got any explicit sign there, but they're both positive. Every number that hasn't got a minus in front, we assume is a positive. So again, the signs are the same, so we're going to be subtracting. So I'm going to subtract, so of course this one 1, this one 2. I'm going to subtract line 1 from line 2. So 9 take away 9, that's 0. Minus 3, so this part here, minus 3 minus minus 4. Minus 3 or take away minus 4 equals minus 3, take away minus 4. Two minuses become a plus. So minus 3 plus 4 is 1. So 1y is equal to, and 21 take away 19 is 2. So y equals 2. Okay, let's put that back in. So 9x, do a different color, just because, you know. So 9x, we know, is 9 times 2, because y, sorry. So we've got 9x, I was right the first time. Having a shocker. 9x. Take away. I'm going to use this one. 3 times 2, 9x take away 6 equals 21. Okay, use our diagram. We're trying to get x, so x times 9 take away 6 is 21. And then 21 plus 6 divided by 9 is going to give us x. So 21 plus 6 is 27, divided by 9 is 3. X equals 3. So we've got y equals 2 and x equals 3. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So we've got here the parts that are the same, the 8y's. Okay, we can spot the 8y's a mile off. Okay, the signs in front there this time are different. So if the signs in front are different, what we have to do is we do the opposite of if they're the same, is we add. So if signs are different, we add. So what we're going to do is add these together. So 10 plus 7 gives us 17x. And then 8 minus 8 plus 8 is 0, so cancel that out. 14 plus 37 is 51. Okay, so now use our method again. Sometimes you don't have to use it for everything, but why not? Just get good bit of practice. Times 17 is 51, and reverse it. 51 divided by 17 gives me x. 51 divided by 17 is 3. So x equals 3. Okay, now let's move on to the y's. So we know that x is 3. So I'm going to do the top one. So 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 8y is 37. Okay, let's solve this equation. We need y on its own. So y times 8 plus 21 is 37. So let's reverse it. 37. Take 21. Divide by 8. It's going to give me y. So 37 take away 21 is 16. Divided by 8, y is equal to 2. Okay, we're doing well on this. Okay, moving on to what are called quadratic graphs. And to do that, we need to make sure that our negative number game is, as they say, on point. I've never said it, but I've heard people say it. So we have to know our negatives really well to be able to do this. So the first thing we're going to do, I always start with our positive numbers here. So 0 squared is, yep, 0, good. Plus 3 is 3. Look at that. 1 squared. So x is always going to be the number above. So for this one, this is going to be 1 squared plus 3. This one's going to be 1 squared plus 3. 1 squared is 1 plus 3 is 4. The next one is going to be 2 squared. So 2 squared, which is 4, plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it does help if we write down the steps as we go. 3 squared is 9, plus 3 is 12. Okay, 3, 4, 7, 12. So move to this side, minus 1 squared. Remember, when we square any negative number, it becomes positive. So it becomes 1 squared, which is 1, plus 3 is 4. Okay, 2 squared, which is 4, plus 3, 7. And minus 3 squared is 9, plus 3 is 12. Okay, if I want to plot this, switch to my thinnest pen, and 0 is 3. Okay, we're not going to have much of this graph. 1 is 4. Oops. 2 is 7. And 3 is 12. That's all the way up there, but we're going to put it up there. You know, it's about there. Okay, the next one. X squared plus x. This one is like the killer. Okay, let's try it then. So 0 squared, 0, plus 0, 0. 1 squared. So always do the positive numbers first. Okay, just give yourself. And if you get the positive numbers, and then plot that. Okay, always plot something. Okay, don't ever just leave this part blank. You know, if you plot a few numbers, you're going to get a few marks, or 1 mark. Okay, it's better than nothing though, and that's what we're trying to get. Better than nothing. That's setting the standard high. Okay, 1 squared is 1. Okay, I lost myself there. Plus 1, 2. 2 squared is 4. Plus 2 is 6. 3 squared is 9. Plus 3 is 12. Okay, back this way. Minus 1 squared is 1. Plus minus 1. Remember, a plus and a minus, when they're next to each other, they transform into just a takeaway. Not a Chinese one, though, or an Indian, or a pizza, but a subtract. Okay, 1 plus minus 1 is 1 minus 1, 1 take away 1, which is 0. 2 squared, minus 2 squared is 4, plus minus 2. So plus minus becomes minus. 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 squared, minus 3 squared is 9, plus minus 3. Plus minus is minus. 9 take away 3 is 6. Whoa. Okay, so start from, we can start this side if we like.
Minus 3, 6. Minus 2, 2. Minus 1, 0. 0, 0. 1, 2. 2, 3. And 3, 12. Again, please off the page. Don't worry, we're at the page you exam. It's exactly the right size graph for your...
Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted that part to go, so that's good. Okay, moving on. So we've got x squared minus 2x minus 4. This one's going to be fun. So 0 squared, 0. Minus 2 times 0. That's what that means. That means 2 times whatever the number is. So 2 times 0, which again is 0. And then take away 4, which is going to give us minus 4. Okay. 1 squared, 1. Minus 2 times 1, which is 2. Minus 4. 1, take away 2 is minus 1. Take away 4 is minus 5. Okay. 2 squared, 4. Take away 2 times 2, which is 4. Take away 4. So 4. Take away 4 is nothing, 0. Take away 4 is minus 4. 3 squared, 9. Take away 2 times 3, which is 6. Take away 4. 9. Take away 6 is 3. Take away 4 is negative 1. Okay, this side. 1 squared is 1. Take away minus 2 times, oh sorry, minus 1 times 2, which is minus 2, take away 4. So 1 plus, so 1 minus minus 2, 1 minus minus 2, 2 minuses make a plus. So 1 plus 2, which is 3, then take away 4 is minus 1. Okay. Minus 2 squared is 4. Take away 2 minus 2 times 2 is minus 4. Take away 4. So 4 minus minus 4, which is a plus, which is 8. Take away 4 is 4. And our last one, minus 3 squared is 9. Minus 2 times minus 3, which is minus 6. And then take away 4. 9 minus minus 6, remember that becomes a plus. So 15. Take away 4 is 11. Let's plot this then. So we've got 11 minus 3, which is going to be about there. Minus 2, 4, which is there. Minus 1, minus 1, down there. 0 minus 4. 1 minus 5. 2 minus 4. 3 minus 1. Take this one all the way down. Up here. Down, 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 to negative 5. And then we're going to go back up. And we'll go back there. We're going to space come. Like a nice U shape up like that. Okay. So that is it for quadratic graphs, simultaneous equations, and changing the subject. So it's a really tough video, this one. A really tough one to get your head around. Obviously, this is going to be something that you probably really want to tackle once you've mastered all your other skills. Obviously, there's a lot of negative number work in here, solving equations. If you haven't got the foundations of solving equations and negative numbers, then you're going to struggle with these questions. So that is really the vital part. The stuff that you do from our earlier videos, go over those and sort of they work in more difficulty as we go along. So obviously the last video we've done is going to be a bit easier than this one, and the next video is a bit harder than this one. And then it sort of goes out again. But obviously make sure you can do everything from our early videos and make sure you're doing those negative number worksheets that I've put into the classroom. Have a go at those. And hopefully we're getting to near the end of the year, so we're really going to start realizing what we want to get out of this year, and we sort of have to start working towards it really hard, really have a word with yourself, say, right, I'm going to do it, I'm going to get there. We're going to get at the end of the year, we're going to get that grade, and we've got to start working really, really hard to get there. A lot of work outside. We've got Easter coming up, then half term, so that means that we're going to have to be working really hard over that time to get yourself that grade that you need. Okay, like I said, stick a like on here. Subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.